Well, good morning. Shoot, good morning. Happy crack of noon. It's about 15 till. It's about 15 till 12 on a Saturday. I had to go look at the job earlier, and went and looked at it, and then I'm on my way. I'm gonna go over on Blue Sulphur and work by myself a little bit. Basically, I'm just gonna work around over here. I'm gonna run dozer. I'm gonna do a little bit of grading on this house lot. I enjoy dozer work, and I enjoy being in my dozer, and I ain't got nobody here it's just me. So it'd be kind of a stress reliever. So we'll get out of here and get this gate opened up so we can get inside. All right, here is the task at hand for today. I don't know how much we're going to get done, just because of what time of the day I got started, but won't hurt none. I was trying to park my truck in the shade, and the shade keeps running away from me. Got a little bit of mud right there, don't we? That's where it's seeping out of this hill, and it rained. Now, when it rained all day, got a pretty good little seep. That's where it's coming out of that hill right there, where that old draw is. We got all this bull mess here scraped off the other day. We got it all piled up over yonder. We're going to use that to cap off that fire. Now, I'd like to go ahead and cap that off, but I'd really like to water it down to keep down on the dust. Because here's the thing, as soon as I start shoving that stuff over top that fire, it's gonna come in a huge dust cloud. It's gonna start sucking it through the air conditioner, and we can all figure out from there what's gonna be. Now, so we're gonna leave that alone. I'll probably come down here and shove some of that back out of the way, give a little bit more breathing room. But we're gonna start cutting. Let's cut this down, cut this down, cut this down, and let's just see what we can do today. There's an old slip over in there. We don't want to get over in there fooling around. And I tried not to take too much out of this. I don't want to cut too much out of this face, or out of the toe. I just want to take the face down. We're gonna widen this lot up in here and make him a really nice place. And whatever dirt we have left over, we're gonna add it into here to try to give him a little bit of side yard and make it all flow together. That's our idea. If I don't get too lazy, I might try to set my phone out here. I've never got a computer yet to do any editing on the GoPro. So I'll probably set my phone up out here, maybe try to do some stuff, maybe, I don't know. Up there's where the other fire was. That's the fire that we had, what, Wednesday? Thursday, Wednesday? We had the fire up there. Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday, because it rained Thursday. So, I don't know, whatever day it was. Yeah, it rained Thursday. So, Wednesday, I was up there working. You can see it all cleaned up really nice. I just got to round that fire back up. I can do that Monday, whenever the guys, we all come back. Only thing I'm interested in doing today is just a little bit of seat therapy. A little bit of seat therapy is all I'm after. So I'm gonna come up in here and I'm gonna work. And I wanna quit today. I wanna be in my truck quitting, going home by 5 o'clock. I wanna go home and do a couple things around there. I need to help Miss Kay with her pool. I need to get her pool. I really desperately need to get her pool running. So she's not really able to be out there wooling around. I think the girls got it all cleaned. So we just need to get it up and running. There's my dad's maples. I haven't taken him home with Dad. I just called Dad a minute ago and talked to him on the way over. I miss my dad. His daggone Chevrolet broke down. There was a sensor inside the DEF tank, and the part won't be in till Monday. So we're not gonna, he's not coming home till Monday or Tuesday or something. Right there she is. There's a few maples right there. I got them for Dad. Cut them out. Told the boys let's throw him over for the old man there. Get him some more lumber. That maple stuff's pretty. All right, let's get at it. Well, I'm double dutying it again. I wasn't even going to get this far today, but I ended up getting this far today. I got a lot of this yard, extended yard kind of filled in, and I cut all that bank over in there is like unusable fill. Now, yes, there is some usable fill in here that got pushed in there to get some of the sticks and roots and stuff out, but I cut all that loose, and it was just failed soil that didn't need to be in this. So I shoved it to the lower side, and I kind of using it. I mean, there's going to be a transition from the bank up to this slope because of these trees. I had to take out about 3 more trees and to give him enough width in his cut. But I got that lift rolled in. Let's go down here and give the dozer a drink, and we'll come back and I'll get them couple sticks and roots thrown out of the way. We'll push another lift in and roll and compact it, and I think I'm gonna grab the excavator and I'm gonna come back up here, and I think I'm gonna pull that out with the excavator. It's starting to get a little bit hard, and I'm coming down off the bank, and it's just really putting a lot of pressure on the blade because you got all that weight coming off that hill, and you can take a hoe and just peel it right out and throw it behind you. And it's just me today, so we'll do that. Okay, well, we got a little bit of water. Well, we got all kinds of water from everywhere. What I'm actually doing is all this is mud. It's where there's an old creek or a ditch line that comes down this hill, and you can't put dry dirt on top of that and expect it to do anything or stay. So I need to get all this filled in, and I need to kind of clean it all up. And part of this is a stump hole too. There's a stump hole in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm shoveling all this mud out of here. I had to come up here with the hoe anyway and cut this slope down. So I thought, you know, it's going to be a lot easier if I just go ahead and just kind of build me a little dam to hold that water back. And that's what I'm doing right here. I'm gonna build this dam right here, and it'll kind of let that's good dirt, that's good topsoil. It's just soaking wet, it's just mud. So we just kind of shovel it up, just kind of elevate it like this, and what that'll actually do is it'll let that mud dry to where we can actually use it. We don't have to waste it somewhere. We'll actually be able to use this, and it'll hold that water back the whole time I'm working on this. So I'm going to fill that hole back in with some good pliable fill, but I needed to get that garbage out of there before I stick any kind of dry dirt. That way it'll all compact. So that's basically what I'm doing right now. I'm just peeling all this old mud out of here, and let's lay it up here. It'll dry out good. We're making some progress. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll it's already past what I said I was going to work. I said I was going to leave at 5 o'clock, I think, and it's already 20 till 6. So it'll probably be here. It'll probably dark. Again, because I've started on something and I can't leave. And that job that I looked at this morning really put a damper on things because it put me behind getting here. If I'd have got here earlier this morning, I believe I could have really made a dent. But anyway, that's besides the point. That's part of my job. It's part of what I got to do. And I think I got the job. I got to get it fitted in here somewhere. So I'm just going to shovel this mud. Let me back up a little bit now. I think we got enough cleaned out. See, if I can get that big old hole right there filled back in and get it all walked in, let's go ahead and get a little bit of this out of here too, because that ain't no good dirt either. Because he don't know exactly where he's going to put his house, I don't think, and he hasn't seen it yet. And I've been talking to him through text messages about some stuff. So I haven't seen him any pictures. The service here sucks. It sucks bad. Sometimes I can send pictures and it may take 30 minutes for them to actually go out. So I haven't even attempted to send him any pictures or anything. I really want to make sure I get all that out there. I don't want anything left behind. Looks like it's pretty dry. I think I can get up. I can leave that upper part to my left right there. I'll leave that for now, because when I come back in here and do this ditch, I got to redo this ditch line where this holler comes out. I'll be right in that area working anyway. So I'll take a couple of scoops of this, pull this back out of the way. That way that's not going to contaminate our field either. See, everything else is looking pretty dry. It's all pretty dry material. Looks like we got down through the topsoil. We're into some little bit harder clay. Just gonna make sure. That's what I'm doing right now, is I'm sweeping everything back. Now let's walk ourselves back a little bit here. Stand ourselves up. Now we'll shovel this mound. Let's just go ahead. It's probably got a little bit of suitable fill in it, but don't worry about it. We'll just throw it all up here. That way we don't have to worry about making any mistakes with the feel and the compaction. I like that guarantee with myself on that feel and compaction. I don't want to be getting in there, filling and compacting, and start having some pumpage, or have a worry in my mind like, oh man, did I make sure I got all that out? Did I make sure I get all that out? That's where one of them very old big stumps was. I know that's why. See, I just pushed dirt back in there before I left, because I knew it was going to rain and I had to put something back in there. So that's one of the reasons why that's in there. That sycamore, it grew up right in that drain. Alright, I got a little bit of sticks right here. Might as well get them out. I'm getting to where I don't want to keep going down. I got a little bit of a hill behind me growing. It's starting to grow pretty good. I don't want to keep taking it down. Let's just sweep this up. Got a little rough spot right there. There might be a root still left in the ground. Get this all back. That way, see, now when we go to shove dirt in that hill, in that field, we don't have to worry about the blade catching into the corner of our bad spoil right there. We don't have to. I don't want that stuff in the way. I hate whenever I go to set my dozer and I have to finesse or move something. I want to be in my dozer. I want to be working on one thing. That's dozing. Being a dozer man. Let's push that all back up. It's all good now. Now, let's walk up and walk out here. Now we got approximately, by line of sight, I'm about 5.5 feet difference. So what we're going to do is we're just going to split it. Split it right down the middle. So, half of 5 is 2.5, and then half of a half is 6. So you might as well say about 32 inches is what we need to go down on the upper end. Now, we don't need to get it like dead on the money as far as how far back. We can trim it up a little bit. And in fact, I'd rather go back and trim a little bit of fat before I would trying to take it all and reset everything. Now we're starting to get in. There's some water right in here. That's bad, because then you start getting slippage. All I'm going to do is just throw it behind me, and I'll take the dozer and I'll push that lift in once I get this dug out. So you don't want to get in. See, now this dirt here changed a little bit, so I'm not going to eat real hard into that. See if you can. I don't know. You probably can't tell, but that's got a lot of broken up rock. And what that is that means that years ago that hill's fractured up there and it's shattered. It's shattered that broken rock up. So if water runs through that soil like that, it runs through that soil extremely well. It's okay if you're digging this stuff off and laying it in the flat so you can compact it, because it compacts extremely well. problem is whatever you're digging it off of has a tendency to move after you remove it from that place. So I'm not going to go hog wild in here. I'm just doing the same grade. That's all I'm doing. I'm not digging anything steep. I'm not taking anything majorly out. I'm just reaching what I can reach. And a good sign of that type of soil is whenever you guys start getting these misplaced rocks. And I'll pull one out here in a minute. I'm sure I'll pull one out. And those misplaced rocks. Now I'm not a geologist, but I do know enough about how slips happen and how fractures happen. And these rocks fracture off, and they all kind of mix into the bag of soil like a big concrete mixer, and then that's what you end up with. So you have lack of compaction because it slid. There's no compaction, and then you get a lot of water coming through that. You get water from rock. You don't get water from dirt. You get water from rock. The dirt is just in the way. The dirt's in the way of the water bleeding. So that's why you get a lot of slips. It's got to push that dirt out of the way so we can go on through the rock. Well, anyway, you got to be real careful about where you're digging is what the point I'm trying to make. That's what I'm trying to be right now. See that big sycamore stump right in front of my bucket? That was a benchmark for me. I wasn't going to go past that. See how wet looking that dirt is? Now that's right on the edge. See, I'm just going to kind of mix that up. I'm going to spread it out. I'm going to put some dry in with that. It'll be fine on the flat. I didn't want to go past that stump up there. That stump is as far up and as back as you need to be over in that hill over there, because that's not a very good hill to be messing around with. So stay back out of that. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm just cutting this out. I could take the dozer and do it, but I'm starting getting up, I'm backing up against those stumps all the time, and it's harder on the dozer. I don't like backing up on top of stumps all the time. See right there, that's a stick. You don't want that in your field. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pick that out. If I get my hands to work. Pick that out, and I'm going to lay it right there, and that way I'll know to get that out of there. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm lowering the lot down, so I'm taking the grade down. I'm using that field to fill in my void. Just kind of running an equalizer. You can kind of visualize a teeter-totter is basically what I'm doing. I'm doing a teeter-totter with this lot. Another thing that it's hard to get new operators to understand is keeping your bucket full. It takes the same amount of fuel, same amount of time to spin with a half a bucket load as it does a full bucket load. But if you're sitting there and you keep going at it, trying to fill your bucket, then you're defeating the purpose of making a cycle. So I try to tell anybody that works for me, you load your bucket one time. Don't keep going back. When you're doing a dig out like this, that's where you get your production. That's why I can move so much dirt so quick, is because I'm constantly making sure I keep full production. Like that right there, I need to back up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up while I'm digging. And that way, no wasted movements. Don't back up too far. If something happens, you need to back up a little bit more, you can get it on the next pass. A lot of people try to back up, they back up too far, then they got to stop what they're doing and pull back forward. That's a wasted movement. And all these little seconds, half seconds, minutes, all that stuff starts adding up. Next thing you know, you could have got an extra 30 minutes of work done today if you wouldn't have screwed around so much. That's all I'm doing is I'm just taking this lot down. I don't need to take it all the way down, the maximum of what I need to do at one time. We can do this peel and stick more than once. But I'm placing that dirt where I need it. I need that dirt on that lower side. Now the dirt's already broke up. The dozer will push it out faster. We'll get the lift put in faster. And it equals production. Now I need to put a little bit more right here because I need some in that corner. I've been talking and jawing, and they've been paying attention to what I'm doing. Happens all the time. So let's go ahead and we're going to add us a little bit more in that corner right there. Started the video process last night with a young man. He's going to make a professional video for KD. We done an interview. It's kind of basically like an interview, but I did all the talking and jawing. I kind of felt like a big old goober, big dummy, just sitting there and listening to myself rattle. Probably about like I am right now. But done an interview there. I probably should have been a little bit more prepared, but I stay so daggone scatterbrained every day. I don't see how. I remember tying my shoes. I did buy me a new pair of boots today. Speaking of that, it's one of them ADHD moments right there, wasn't it, squirrel? See, now we got a pretty good little mound of dirt. And that's all I'm gonna do, and I'm trying to keep that same slope. See, I hate that. I hate that water. I do not like that water whatsoever. Got a little bit of gray clay. Look at that gray clay. That's what I don't like seeing. If you see that gray clay, it's bad about kicking out. All right, we're ready to move backward now. Go ahead and move about 8 feet or so. We're probably ready. That way I can get a little bit more throw on my load there. There we go. Big old crowd there. I'm a little bit rougher probably than a lot of other operators, and I'm sure I get a lot of hate over this, but you know, there's different operators. Like, I hate digging around utilities. Hate it. I ain't got the patience level for it. I think that's a specialty. I think that's a specialty in the trade. It's just like anything else. You can take a feller buncher operator, and he's the world's best feller buncher operator, but he might not be able to run an excavator and dig dirt. You know, I mean, it's just the way he is. You can take a lot of dozer hands, if that's all they've ever done is held excavators on a hill, and they're a real good winch hand, but they can't cut grade. I mean, it's nothing. I don't take any offense to it. I hate digging around utilities. I'm not a precision, that type of precision operator. I get bored very easily. I just get in a hurry. I'm not that kind of operator. I'm the operator. I'm a dirt guy. That's what I am. I know nothing about a crane. Crane operators, a lot of them don't know anything about what we do. I said a lot of them. I didn't say all of them, so don't be commenting saying I'm a big goober or anything. I don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't say all of them. I just said a lot of them. Some of them. Let's not even use a lot of them. Let's just use some of them. I know a lot of crane operators. That's all they are. They're crane operators. And they'll tell you that that's all they are. They're a crane operator. And they're okay with that. They should be okay with that, because a crane operator is a specialty. Just like anything else, it's a specialty. The kind of operator that I am is what you see right here. I'm a dirt digging guru. That's all I do. I love to dig dirt. And I'm an aggressive operator. I'm real, like, I come at something like it's on fire. That's just the way I am. Always have been. And I'm okay with that. If I need precision, I've got other people that's precision. It's like minis. Mini excavators are precision machines. They are not for people like me. They're too daggone fast and jerky. I don't like being on them because of that. See, we're getting a little bit deeper on this end. I can't remember. Yeah, that's why we need to be. Got a lot more field. We've got to go in on this end. Let's go ahead and take this little piece out too. Might as well. It's got to come out sooner or later. Kind of mix it in a little bit. It's got a little bit of a seam topsoil in it. I can't really remember how much I did dig and how much I didn't dig over in here. See the road a little bit better. I'm sorry, Brandon. You're going to have a little bit better view of the road after this. I know you wanted to be hid, but can't help it. I had to take some more trees out. I didn't want to fill up against them. I'm already kind of worried about one or two of them. I figure one or two of them are going to die. But I got them pushed back. That's as far back as I can get them without taking them all out. I ain't no way I want to tackle that big sycamore. I ain't got a big enough excavator for that sycamore. I can. That dang old power line wasn't there. That power line down over the hill right there, that thing, woo-wee. I don't like that. AEP makes you pay for stuff now. Used to, they didn't do a whole lot. They just come out. Nobody got hurt. Good. We'll get you back up. Don't worry about it. Nowadays, man, they want to start sending you bills for stuff and everything. I ain't got. Job don't pay that much. thinking about selling my little blue hot rod. I don't drive it. I don't drive it enough. I was afraid I wouldn't drive it enough. I've been thinking about selling it. Take advantage of the fact that they don't have any of them out there right now. I could probably get pretty good money out of it. At least probably get my money back. Probably get all my money back probably out of it. We don't drive it. We don't go nowhere. Look at me. It's Saturday and look where I'm at. I'm sitting in a cab of a dirt machine. That's all I do. Dirt, work. Pay off one of these days, hopefully. If I live long enough. Well, I'm sure most of you all was already fast forward to this part. If you ain't, you're probably getting ready to. I'm sure you all probably get bored. I don't really get bored about it. My mind wanders. Rock up there. I probably ought to get that out of there. See a little bit of moisture here and there on it. Go ahead. I think that's a pretty good sized rock. Let me see. See how just sand just crumbles. Let's go ahead and take it out. That'd be harder on the teeth whenever I go to back over that with the dozer. I'd love to get this house seat about 75% completed tonight. If I just get the flat and everything cut out and get it all compacted in, get it all run in. The rest of that other hump over there, I'm going to use it for a lot of the road, I think. I'm going to build my road out of that hump to kind of widen it out and give him a little bit of breathing room in here. This is going to be a nice lot. The only thing I don't like about it is that stupid hill behind it. I don't like that at all. Should be able to put some diverter ditches and stuff in it. I think it'll stay. I'm pretty confident. I didn't get it any kind of seam of clays I got down in the very, very, very bottom. The rest of that up through there is pretty good. It's pretty good clay. And I think if I get some, I got a little bit of topsoil. We'll use some of that old pond, that old mud I dug out over there. After it dries out a little bit, we'll take it and shove it back up that hill. We get a little bit of topsoil back on that bank right there and get some grass growing on, and I think it'll be okay. I think that's what I did on Hatch Ridge, but did we use that dump truck, that track truck? I think I dumped a bunch of topsoil on that hill and walked it all in. I ain't been up there. We're going to go back and do some utility work, I think, here in about 2 more weeks. Missing little kids. They got them 2 little girls and a boy. I get attached to my customers. If I work around them for more than a couple weeks or whatever, I start getting attached to them. Get attached to their family. I like seeing people. I like being around people, even though probably some people say I don't, but I do. I like most people. Some of them I can't stand. See, that right there's peeled out all right. All right, let me kick you out of here. I don't want y'all to get bored and go to sleep on me. Okay, let's roll this other lift in. This stuff's, man, it's rolling in great. The moisture level on it is just about perfect. It's mashing down nice. After about 2 passes, it's not even making a track in it, and which is about what we want. I'm staying back off the trees there. I'm not getting right up against the tree line and compacting, just to hopefully, you know, sustain and keep those trees. We don't want them to die. We're trying to keep as many of them as we can. And I go back after I get all this built, get all this leveled up where it's supposed to be. I'll actually go back and clean up the slope between the lot, the pad, into the slope. I'll clean all that up as far as grading it and making it all marry together. It's not going to be like a nice flow as far as one grade to the next. It is going to be a grade change into that grade, so it just ain't a whole lot else I can do. I can't do anything with it because of the tree line, and if the tree line wasn't there, then we wouldn't be having what we got here anyway. So it's kind of a give or take, as you would say. I got my hole filled in over there. I got to roll that in, tighten that up, and we got water. Water is laying back in behind our little dam over there. So probably Monday morning that'll be probably overflowing. So we got to make sure we get all this area tightened up. That way, if I do come back and it's overflowed or whatever, I can just peel that little bit of mud off, and we can go back to work. got the lot cut down quite a bit. I'm gonna probably go one more. I'm probably gonna go one more cut, and I think I'm gonna quit. And then whatever else I need to raise this up to make this what it needs, I'll get it off of that back, the other back vein that I gotta take off, because I really don't want to keep going down much deeper. But I'm gonna take off one more. Let's see what kind of dirt's underneath that layer, and then we'll see what we got to do, or see what we can do with it, and just go from there. But I got a little bit of dressing up around this corner. I'm gonna fade that bank in better, and then have my ditch to go to direct the water over. So we still got a lot of dirt to come out of here, but I'm anticipating it'll be very close on whether I've got enough dirt to actually do what I'm wanting to do on this pad, this site pad in here. So, and he's building, he's building a house, so it don't have to be level or anything, which I'm not making it level, but I do want to get it leveled up enough to where he does have a sustainable building pad. He's got areas that he can, build on, add on to, maybe put pools in, whatever he's going to do, anticipate doing. So I want to make sure it's level enough that he can do his landscaping and plan his home. That's what these customers. That's why we get these projects over other companies. It's the differences in our quality of work, and we don't like to brag or anything, but we think we put out a pretty good product. And customers, I think, see that, and they want that. Some customers don't really need that on certain jobs. We do work for some people, and they'll get other people to do other work for them. We don't take any hurt to that. We know that that maybe the next type of job they need done don't necessarily need our expertise, so they enlist the help of other contractors. It don't really bother us none whatsoever. So, guys, stay tuned there. We'll see what we can get done today. So it's been a long day, even though I only got started at noon. But trying to do everything by myself here. Trying to roll this in and trying to hurry up and get done so I can go home. And you see what happens whenever you get in a hurry. So that ain't the worst part. The worst part is that it was already a little low on fuel, and whenever I got his leg cocked up like that, now it's run out of fuel. So, let's get him hooked up here. And she's still beeping. It's one of the good things about having a winch. Pretty much self-recovery. Pretty much self-recovery. Get up there. Turn this key off. I don't think it'll burn anything up. Oh, it's going to be a bear to get started. We run it out of fuel one time before. Man, it was a bear to get started. Okay, folks, I have worked. I got the roller out. It actually started back up pretty easy. I primed it up until the primer pump got real good and firm, and cranked him a couple times and she fired right up. It's got a little Cummins motor on it. Well, there's our progress for today. Made a nice size lot in here. Really nice lot. I'm gonna grab this dozer and fill that hole back in real quick that I made with the roller. And then we still got to take off this knoll here. So we'll cut that off tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna fill this in, raise this up, and then I'll use this knoll to make the driveway all the way down. That way it's a nice steady all the way up. I think we raised her up about 6 feet on this side. All this will get draped. All of it will get to where I can get in between the trees. I'll track it all in, tighten it up to where it's a nice easy. I don't want him to have to weed eat that. He can go up and down that with the riding lawnmower. This right here will be the same thing. I'll actually fade this in pretty good because I'm gonna have all those rakings and all that crappy stuff. I'll have all that. And I'll put it right here where this hose sitting at. And that'll give us something to fade with. I'll probably put a little bit around here too to give him some topsoil. Any of this topsoil we'll put on this bank right in here. So that way it'll help it grow grass and should set still. But this is a nice lot. And if it was me, I would either put my garage about where my dozer's at, and you can either put the doors facing the road, facing out this way. Then you could come in the driveway, you could pull up here, make a right turn and pull straight into the garage. And then when you wanted to leave, you backed out of the garage into a little turnaround right here and left. You could put the garage doors facing the same way the dozer is too, and do the same thing. You can come up and then pull into the garage. When you go to leave, you back out, back toward the hill, and then come out. Either way, it all just depends on if you want traffic on the road to be able to see your garage doors or not. It's the same principle. Look at the deer up there. So let's grab this dozer and let's get this little hole over here filled in so water don't set in it. And if it does set in it, it'll dip it out tomorrow maybe. Let's go home. I am starved out and tired, and I'm ready to go home. We filled in this a lot. We got all this kind of draped in, made it all clean up. It'll clean up really good tomorrow. We'll track all this back in, feather all this, and ramp him up. Finesse it. The lot's got a little bit more taper in it. It's got a little bit more grade slope in it than I probably like. But here's the thing. If you put the garage over there by my dozer, and if you don't dig that down anymore, then you'll get about 3 blocks showing on this side of the house. So you won't have to do a whole bunch of filling whenever you do your garage floor, if you leave it alone, if you leave it like it is. And this is the way I would do it. Save yourself some money in some block and save yourself some money in field. So, and then that way you got a nice little contour in front. Like, we can always add a little bit more fill here. And I say a little bit more will come in here tomorrow, because I still got to do all my ditch. I did the diverter ditch at the back of my lot. All that dirt's got to come out. So I'll have all that to throw over here. And I got to do a little bit of grade work on this. So it won't be as slanted, I'd say, tomorrow, but now it's all been compacted. I mean, that's good and firm. You can build on that. So they've got a nice lot. They got a really nice place. This is really going to clean up nice. I really think he's going to be happy with it. I know I'm happy with it. And that says a lot if I'm happy with it, because I'm my worst critic. But you can see a whole lot more of this is coming out. And it's going to fill in this. And then it'll be a nice steady grade coming up into his lot. And then this right here will be filled in. So that'll actually be flat land. And then I'll run this water, it's coming out of here, and we'll run it all the way out, so they won't be, if you can kind of visualize it. I know I can. All right, let's clean this up. Let's go home.